Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot, where I'm checking the date on my phone because I still can't find the moon diary. I know, I think I'm going to have to try and get another one, but I don't even know if you can. Okay, so 2nd and 3rd of June 2022, weekend tarot reading. We're using what I think is the Robin Wood Tarot, if I remember rightly. That's what we're kicking off with anyway. And I'm hoping you're not going to hear the boy shouting upstairs because I think he's playing some kind of loud computer game with his friends, which involves, he's in Aries, so it involves shouting and some light stamping at times. And I'm not going to lie, there was a time when I walked down the street and it was quite late at night. It was more recent, obviously he wasn't so much younger then, but quite late at night, and I heard what can only be explained as some mild to moderate language. I could hear it on the breeze and I thought, God, who's that? What idiot is that? And then I thought, hang on, that's the boy. And his booming boy voice was carrying right across the chimney pots to all of the neighbours with some very interesting languages. I know. What can I say? Robin Wood Tarot, I think. That's what I'm going to say. Oof. What do we need to know, Robin Wood Tarot? What do we need to know for the weekend? Any star sign, any situation. Tell me, how's your weekend going? What are your plans? Especially if you have no plans and you're going to do nothing and you're like, I'm doing nothing at all. 0. Yes. It's going to involve a lot of staring, but not at anything in particular. That's my favourite kind of nothing. Ooh, that's my favourite kind of nothing. And I do think it's very underrated doing nothing. I'm just going to flip. As the actress said to the bishop. And yes, I have delivered the request for the emoji for the Gemstars Club, the YouTube, whatever they call it. I can't remember what I call it now. The membership. I have delivered the request because the brother came for a visit. And I said, how about some more emojis? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I said, actress said to the bishop. And he was like, oh, God, that's quite difficult. So I've left it with him. Let's see what emerges. Keep going if you can think of any more. I am making a list. If you want to join, there may be a join button next to the subscribe button. There may not. If there's not, you can join in the description box below the video. Come and join us for fun, exclusive videos and very good emojis. Okay, look at this. Sideways loveliness. We have 10 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Gosh. Overall energy card. Look at this, what a mess. We have the Ace of Swords. Actually, having the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Swords together, I rather like. So I'm going for that. We have the old kind of what you need to grieve, what you need to get rid of, what is moving out of your life. And can I say it seems to be going at a really quite slow pace at the moment. And one of you commented, and of course I haven't got my moon diary, so I don't have this information to hand, that Saturn was retrograde and something else was retrograde as well. Pluto maybe? I don't know, but it feels like that. It feels Saturn-y to me. You know when you have like a Saturn retrograde in your sign for a year or two and you just have those shocking like month after month after month where you just think, can I not get anything right? This is the energy we're in. It's the what fresh hell energy. And I do like that the Ace of Swords kind of comes along because when you get to the 10 of Swords, I really think you're at the end of your tether. You know, it's like there's tether, then there's the 10 of Swords. And it is stick a fork in me, I'm done. You're done with this. You're done with this energy. It has maybe stopped you from doing what you want to do for a little bit or getting out there, you know, with your ideas, expanding yourself, being more confident. when you get the Eight of Swords, there's this feeling of just being restricted, of not quite being yourself. And this could be to do with what went on from 2020 to probably still now, really, where I think the after effects and the ripples and the psychological effects and everything for everybody is still kind of in place. Then we have the Seven of Cups. Normally the Seven of Cups is like a fantasy card if we look at it a bit closer. So the Seven of Cups has somebody pondering over all these different things. There is a fantasy mask, there's a weird kind of plastic house, costume, jewellery. I quite like the one with stars coming out at the top. I mean, I would be mesmerised by that, I must say. Focus, damn you, focus. We have the snake, we have the laurel wreath, and then we have the weird bat thing that we always have. I feel like rather than us being stuck in some kind of future fantasy thing, I think we're starting to actually dream our way out of the Eight of Swords. And I do actually like that energy. I think we need that. Sometimes you need to over-imagine what you want. And it looks like there's a situation around us this weekend where it would be really good to indulge in some daydreaming. Or at least some magical thinking, okay? Depends what you want to call it. You hang your hat on whatever you want. You can call it manifesting. You can do vision boards. You can do any kind of thing that you like that suits you. I quite like daydreaming. Journaling's pretty good as well. What I find with journaling, and this is just my experience, is that it's quite good if you have a purpose to it. Rather than just, and this will be different for everyone, like you can do a splurge journal where you just kind of free write and you don't take your hand off the page and you just like splurgy splurge, splurgy splurge, you know, doesn't matter what I say, I'm just getting it all out there, and that is good, that's cathartic. And the Ten of Swords is cathartic, but I think in this occasion it's more aimed towards finding an alignment path towards something, such as a better job or a better living situation, or being out of feeling sad, or I don't want to feel lonely, I want to feel like I belong, or whatever it is. We're kind of, if we were climbing a mountain, and I don't really understand how to climb mountains, but they do that thing where they sort of put the pick in and then they follow up. We're putting the pick in. It's like, I'm nailing it, we're putting the pick in. This is my emotional pick. Okay. At the bottom, we've got the moon and the sun. Now, the moon and the sun together is always, for me, a nod to the eclipse. So this may go back, and that kind of grotty Ten of Swords feeling might go back to the 16th of May, when we had that lunar eclipse in Scorpio. That was a biggie. That was a biggie. You know, no doubt about it. It just had that plunging to the bottom of the well feel about it, didn't it? And I feel like it's still having an effect now. But this is also a nod to some of us. It's like the next eclipse, which I think is in November, but others of us, the yin and the yang. You need both in the situation that's coming this weekend. You need the mystery of the moon, and also to take seriously the kind of undertones of what's happening, but also you need the action of the sun, because what we're doing here is we are gearing up for action, and that is happening in the kind of dreamscape. It may be happening in the very, what we would think is like airy fairy kind of realm. Yeah, it is, but sometimes the airy fairy realm can be really powerful. Okay. Over here we have the Empress, who's been coming up all the time, and Temperance. Two lovely, quite gentle female archetypes of feminine energy. And it feels like this is just a message that is saying, not only does it take a bit of time, but that time isn't something you should watch. Okay? I suppose you'd say a watched pot never boils. Let's have Chuck Spezzano Enlightenment card. Don't know why, but it feels important. I'll zibbity dub back. Flibbity flop. Biddly bop. Yay. so quiet on the street at the moment, just lots of bins with stickers on saying people are going to take them away. Rain intermittently, it looks like Mordor out there. It's like hardly any birds at all, hardly any people. I know, I will update you as things happen. Got quite a few we have quite a few people dashing sometimes, unexplainedly sprinting down the road. That's quite exciting. Minnie likes that. She kind of looks at them as they go by and tries to get them to notice her. Definitely a bit of a show cat, by the way. Thanks for all the comments that you made about Minnie on the video. She is an absolute minx, isn't she? Getting a little bit better with Valentine, touch wood. Yeah, been spending some time with the three of them in the room. That works better. Can't leave them on their own. Ooh. Relationship heartbreak card. So for some of you, this is to do with mending your heart, putting it back together. And certainly with that 10 of, I want to say 10 of wands, but it isn't. With that 10 of swords, it can be, of course, not just relationship, romantic relationship, but any kind of relationship where there's been some kind of severance of some kind and you feel the need to put it back together again, okay? I do feel, in summary, and I'm going to try and summarise because I know people like it when I summarise, there's catharsism going on this weekend, okay? So I hope you haven't got massive plans, but there's catharsism, there's a feeling of acknowledging what's gone on, what's happened, particularly in relation to maybe the 16th of May, maybe other eclipses before then, okay? Itchy nose. So for some of you, that's a definite one. There's a feeling of trying to put the pieces back together, but this is a real mending. This is not a sticking plaster. This is a real, what the Empress says, that kind of motherly love vibe. It's a real healing. Sometimes I don't even like the healing word because it is a bit tea towel, but stuff it. It's a real healing. So there's an opportunity for healing this weekend, and dreaming or imagining or journaling or manifesting or any of those things will help put you in the right frame of mind, and it will also help kickstart the energy so you can get back into the flow. Okay? Enjoy the weekend. Do leave me a comment and let me know what you had for breakfast as always, and I will see you soon. Namaste.